It's me, Renee. I'm back. So I just finished American Royals by Catherine McKee. Uh, sorry. As you might have remembered from my November TBR, this was on my TBR. So surprise, surprise, I read it in November. I was a bit unsure about this one because honestly, I read the first book in our series, Heights. It's called something. Oh, yeah. The Thousand Floor series, which I DNF'd, didn't like at all. But I really like this concept, so I decided to try to read this one. And I was pleasantly surprised. Very pleasantly surprised. Love this book. Love it. It's been described actually as Gospel Girl with Royals. I suppose that's true in a way, because it's mostly forbidden romances and royalty. There's a lot of royalty in it. I mean, it's based around the family, but you also have some lords and stuff in here as well. And it's really, really good. It's actually you actually have several multiple point of views, which is kind of fun. One of the villains is just, my God, she's just so scheming. She's not really relatable, I would say, or at all understandable. You can see where she's coming from, but she's entertaining. So there's that. I'm also really happy that it's a series because the way it ends, you can't. Well, it has to be a series. It can't be a standalone. It could have if you had a uh, different ending chapter, but the way it ends, no, you can't really. You have to see what happens. You have to have an addition to the series, to the story. You have to. You have to. So yeah, the characters. I love that you have one chapter, one character, one point of view. That was really fun to see different point of views. It's kind of interesting also how uh, all the point of views were women in the females in the story. You didn't have any one point of view from the king or from Jeff the brother or any of the boys really, even though boys are important in the story as well. So that's kind of fun and interesting. I'm wondering how it will be in the second book. Maybe she'll include Jeff as a point of view. Not sure. I love the romances in this one. It has several romances, as you would expect. They're all actually forbidden romances. Some I didn't like all that much because, yeah, but some I really loved. Um, yeah, it had both. Eva had good friendship. It had a nice friendship in there. Plotline. It had a good. Yeah, it had several romances. It has a family relationship. It has everything really. It has funny bits, it has dramatic bits, and little swoony bits, and yeah, honestly, sorry for everyone. I suppose in a way, it's not the most. It the book it didn't invent the wheel. It's not unpredictable at all. I would say. Well, it's unpredictable in some few aspects, but not really at all. But it's done really well, so you don't really mind that it's predictable. It's predictable in a good way. In a good way. It's a really good, well told story. Well told story. I really like the alternative aspect of it, how it's American royals and it's how it's modern day. Because actually, I love royals. A lot of royal stories are actually either historicals or European. So here you have American royals. It's quite really fun, nice twist to it. I really like that. I really, really enjoy that. And other than that, well, there was this one point where I mentioned a Prince Hans, which was supposed to be a Norwegian prince. Well, yeah, I suppose you don't know, but a Norwegian, and we have royalty in real life in Norway. But Hans is never really something you would hear a prince be called. Really, it's not. It's more a commoner name. I don't think there's ever been a Prince Hans. Maybe in fairy tales, but not in history. So that kind of took me out of it, really. But it was fun to have a mention of a Norwegian royal, even though it's a fictionalized one. And yeah, all in all, I highly enjoyed this book. Really, I would highly recommend it to you if you want a palate cleanser after lots of hard-hitting contemporaries, if you want a fun contemporary after lots of fantasy books, you just want a intriguing, good romance book in general, pick this one up. It's really good. 5 out of 5 stars. Oh, you know, 5,000 stars. I suppose it could be. I suppose why not 5 million? I don't know. I'm just feeling like 5,000 really. I'm just feeling like 5,000. And now also, I can next round of the Goodreads Choice Awards, I can legitimately vote for this one. I have voted for it so far because it's been the one in that category that I think I'm most inclined to like, and I know I really like it, so I can vote for it for reals. Yeah, I vote in a Goodreads Choice Awards in the categories where I don't haven't read all any of this stuff anyway. Yeah, I'm bad. Well, so it's American Royals by Catherine McGee. Read it or regret it. Renee, out. I'm back. I had a few more thoughts about American Royals, so I thought I'd just do a small video about that. Really, as I said yesterday in my video, I filmed it yesterday. For you, it's not yesterday. For me, it's yesterday. I liked it, enjoyed it very much overall. Very much. Very good book. But at the same time, I have a few gripes with it. For example, the aspect that supposedly because in this world, U.S. Had royals in their presence, and then none of the other worlds in sorry, none of the other places in the world got uh, democracy presents. All of them kept them. I can understand Greece. I can understand. It's actually mentioned here in the beginning. I could understand Greece. I could understand. I could maybe understand Prussia or Austria, Hungary, but France and Russia, French Revolution never happened. I'm pretty sure the French peasants were mad for a long time before the French Revolution, and I don't think anything. I think I think maybe the Americans not getting president might have um, pushed that forward. Like, well, no, push it in the future. They might not have gotten president when they did France, but I still think they would have got it. And also Russia, the same thing. They had not one, they had two revolutions in 1900s, and still you think they would have kept the Shah rule, Tsar rule. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Also, one point in here, she talks about, well, one of the characters talks about how her grandma said, divorce, that's only for European royals. So, it's been established, of course, very uh, pointedly, very firmly, that the American royals were established after George Washington. So after the Revolutionary War, so that would be like 1700s, I think. Yeah, probably around 1700s. So they're pretty new royal family in comparing to a lot of other places in the world. So you'd think they'd be the most radical ones. Yet, no, Europeans, divorce, yes. Americans, no, we can't have divorce. What? 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 Also, I'm a bit like, I would like to know more, like, how does it work in the states in this world? Like, we know they have rules, and they seem to have some kind of government because they talk about laws and stuff. So it doesn't seem to be like an old, um, I don't know, the oldest type of king where the king decided everything and you have no one else. But I'm just, yeah. Do you have mayors in the different cities? Do they have electives? How? do the king decide all of the people who decide stuff around? I would like to know more about how America is ruled in this one, really. Curious, quite curious. Because, like, you have in France, you actually have a president and a prime minister. In Norway, you have a king and a prime minister. The prime minister has most of the power. The king is just for show and pretty, really. Uh, so I would like to know, like, how is it in this America? Do they have a president? No, they don't have a president. Sorry. Do they have a prime minister? Do they have a prime minister type figure? What's going on there? I'd like to know. I'd like to know. Please, Captain Monkey, give us more answers in the next one. And yeah, I suppose that's kind of more or less my thoughts on this book. And I would conclude with saying that next book, it's coming out next year, and it's anticipated. Yeah, I highly anticipate now. Highly, highly, highly anticipate. Can't wait to get to it. So, American Royals by Captain Mackie. Read it. Read it. Read it. Yeah. Renee.